Welcome into the next leg in our race around the world here at the Pitstop Pals, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver,
And my name is Bruce Heller.
and we're here for Season 1, Episode 4, Colossal Showdown, as Pitstop Pals is taking on the Amazing Race Season 1 rewatch.
This was a fun episode.
It was. It was a fun episode. And it starts out with something I'm not going to talk about yet because I forgot to ask. Bruce, do you have any quotes from this episode?
I do. I have a few.
I'm so proud of you. Last week you gave me none.
Yeah. Well, I only have like 3 or 4 this week, so I don't get too excited.
Well, that's normal for you.
Sometimes I have like 8. It's kind of a lot or a little. There's never like just a normal number.
You
I
used to
have
always have like
when
three.
we were in the city looking at the map and Nancy was talking about the guys helping them and said, "I think they all thought Emily was cute and crowded around us." That made me chuckle. I have
Mm.
when I guess I have 3. When we're at the like fortress at the end, and Nancy's like, "She's smart. She can do this on her own." And immediately as she says she can do this on her own, we get Emily going, "Mom!" I'm like, well, so much for that idea, I guess. And then
I guess, yeah.
I forget who said it, but a quote I have written down is, "Ask what the swords look like." It's a sword. It's a handle with a medium to long blade on the end.
Sharp object.
Like they
Yeah.
generally all look the same.
Mm.
So ask what the swords made me look like made me chuckle because like what they all look the same. You know what it looks like.
Hey, Bruce, what does the swords look like?
It's a handle with a blade on it that's longer than a knife or a dagger. Although first
Fair
swords
enough.
these were kind of short blades, so
Fair enough.
I should have one of those.
No, you shouldn't. Um, folks, there is no better place, no finer place to be right now than at the top of this castle with everyone staring at our behinds. That was Drew.
Wasn't that last week?
Nope. He said something similar last week, but that's how he started the episode this week.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Um, we got we got to get naked from Paul.
Hey yo.
We have I gotta pee, but I can do it, said Amy, and Paul's response was, "You can pee in the dark."
Amy and Paul seem
And
so
those were my quotes for the week.
Amy and Paul seem so dysfunctional, but they keep getting good finishes. I don't understand this.
Well, medium of the pack finishes.
Well, yeah, they,
Fifth.
they were 4th this week.
Fifth.
I have
You
4th.
messed up again?
Let me double check it.
No, I know that it's fifth.
I might need to find a new source for the. I actually didn't even Wikipedia that one. I wrote it down as I was watching it. I thought. But they're not like
So they
getting
got fifth.
they're not like getting as bad of a finish as they should be getting for how dysfunctional they are while they're running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wikipedia has it wrong too.
They said fourth?
They said, yeah, had them 4th and Frank and Margarita 5th.
It's the other way around.
What the heck?
Frank and Margarita were fourth. Paul and Amy were fifth.
What is happening with Wikipedia? This like it's always been such a good source for me to double check myself on these things. And I didn't even check it till now, but this is the second time it's been wrong on me. Huh.
Yeah, because uh,
After
they
20 years,
actually
you
should
would
have
have
been
thought someone
sixth.
would correct that.
Yeah, you'd think.
Wikipedia is never going to sponsor us at this rate.
Paul and Amy should have been sixth, but Rob showed up at the thing without his partner. He had to go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Paul and Amy finished fifth here. Where's that? Colossal Showdown. Dead air, dead air, dead air. If you start using Wiki, not Wikipedia, Bruce,
Use what?
use the Amazing Race Wiki, not
Okay.
Wikipedia,
Send me a link to
because
that.
it has the right one.
Okay. Well, Wikipedia still hasn't steered me wrong with Survivor, like voting history and stuff. That helped me out recording something last night, so I don't completely hate you, Wikipedia. Still sponsor our show and our network and give us money and free stuff. Give us merch.
What was the thing that we disagreed on placement wise last week?
I don't. Was it last week? It was the week before last, and I don't remember.
I thought it was last week.
No, last week was fine. Because last week our episode title was
Uh,
Bert and Ernie, and the one where Wikipedia messed me up, I titled the episode "Screw You, Wikipedia."
oh,
So last week was fine.
so it was leg two?
And that one was
I
all.
think it was David Margareta.
Yeah, that one had a couple of them all jumbled up, I think. But it started at
Yeah.
Dave and Margareta and then spiraled.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the actual recap now that we've fixed this. Um, anyway, so when they started in France, the teams had to we find out the teams are gonna have to find some random dude waiting for them in another country, but they don't know what country it is. Their only clue is they have a picture of the dude, they have a small version of the flag, and instructions to take a boat from Marseille.
I've said something similar to this recently, but I had the same thought again last night. What if a
What's that?
what if there was a team that just didn't know flags well and guessed the wrong country?
Well, that almost happened.
Like I want to see this happen. I don't. It's just the chaos gremlin in me. I want to see a team just go to the complete wrong country.
I mean, Paul and Amy were going to go to Turkey, but there wasn't a boat to Turkey, so they couldn't.
Yeah, of course they were, and of course it was them.
I mean, they weren't the only ones that thought it was Turkey,
No, but
but
they're a wild ride, and I don't know if it's a fun ride or not, but they're entertaining.
for sure.
It's like Russell, like I was talking about. Like I
Do not
say
compare
what
them
you
to
will, but
Russell.
it's entertaining television. That's all I got.
Do not compare them to Russell.
I'll compare Paul to Russell as far as I just don't like them sometimes. I don't even hate Russell. I go back and forth. I'm kind of middle of the pack on him. But
Paul and Amy are way better than Russell.
well, generally yes, but Paul threatening to quit every 5 seconds is getting annoying.
That's getting old. I agree.
But I just got another idea, and this requires me to invent my cloning machine. Clone Russell, and we have a team of Russell and Russell number two running Amazing Race together.
Why don't we just get Russell and Brandon to run the Amazing Race?
CBS is not touching Brandon Hance with a 10-foot pole after Karamoan.
I don't think they're touching Russell either.
Yes, but like Russell didn't have a mental like meltdown on television. He's just kind of a jerk.
No, but I just don't think he's going to ever be on CBS again.
No, well, he's more likely than Brandon though. Brandon, I'm pretty sure, has also spent time in jail since then, so he's really not coming
He
back.
has. Did
Russell's
you
pro-
see?
Russell's probably not coming back. Brandon is 1,000% not coming back.
Did you see that Russell is going to be on a TV show though?
I saw he said that, and I'm very curious what show it is. I'm
Me
guessing
too.
it's not Love Island.
That would be wild. What if he was the next Bachelor?
That's when like the idea of throwing challenges comes to the Bachelor because they don't want to end up with him.
Yeah, but you know who the Bachelor is before you get cast.
Oh, do you?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I've never applied or been cast before, so
Wait, really? You've never been on The Bachelorette?
no. Well, I'm still single, so if I was, they did a terrible job.
You do realize that most of the people that go on those shows are still single
Oh, come on! I
after they
admitted
leave
I
that
was
show.
on there.
I
I'm
mean, there's
adorable.
all kinds of people that get engaged on The
Yeah,
Bachelor, but whether that sticks or not.
there have been a few couples that got married after like Bachelor or Bachelorette and are still together. Aaron Rodgers' brother met his wife on there.
Oh,
Aaron
yeah, there
Rodgers.
are, but that doesn't make it the majority.
Also, to any of our listeners, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, my condolences to any of you that are Steelers fans on the fact that you have to put up with him for another season. Then again,
Hey,
who's your better option anyway? So you're miserable either way.
yeah, I mean, it was going to be Aaron Rodgers or Mason Rudolph, so
So they're miserable either way.
yeah,
Because
but they have to deal with stinky
Rudolph's
Mike.
not that good, but Rodgers is washed and has an ego the size of Everest. So pick your poison. You're not gonna have a
My
fun
favorite
season.
thing, my favorite thing is that the Steelers went from a head coach named Mike, whose last Super Bowl appearance was in 2011, to a head coach named Mike, whose last Super Bowl appearance was in 2011.
And their new one is a one that their quarterback got fired from from Green Bay because he didn't want to play for him anymore. So and somehow
Well,
Rodgers still came
something
back.
changed because Aaron Rodgers came back.
I thought when they hired McCarthy, I'm like, okay, Rodgers isn't going to come back. He's literally the reason McCarthy got fired, but somehow he's
Here we
back.
are.
The Steelers aren't
Again,
going to be good either way, though. Their fans are not going to have a fun season.
regardless, this is not an NFL podcast, so you should probably get back to the Amazing Race.
Yeah, this isn't a Steelers podcast
Thank God.
or a bachelor
Um,
or a bachelor or bachelorette podcast.
that's true. It's
I
not.
could be the bachelor. I could see it. Lots of people would apply if that was the case. I'd like to think.
And 95% of them would be blind.
I'll take what I can get.
That's just joking.
I know. Me
Only
too.
90.
Shout out to
Oh
blind
no.
people. You guys are awesome.
What?
I said shout out to blind people. You guys
What?
are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, blind people.
Not
Um,
that they're watching us on YouTube, probably, but the audio audience.
yeah, just double thumbs up. Um, anyway, Robin Brennan. They're trying to work with Frank and Margarita. They asked Frank and Margarita, who had finished before them, to read off the clue out loud so that they could have some extra planning time, but even before they were released to start their leg. And Frank and Margarita did not do so. And Robin Brennan had a taxi for them, not one for Frank and Margarita. Frank and Margarita tried to take their taxi. Robin and Brennan come up and make and get it back. And then Margarita asks the taxi driver to call them a taxi, and Brennan try to talk the taxi driver out of doing so.
This was way more drama than it needed to be. This is just two teams wanting to play their own game. Like, you've been in alliance so far, but that's not going well. Just split ways.
Yeah. And I have to say, I think that Robin Brennan were kind of right here to uh,
Yeah,
play their game because they've been playing the alliance game, and Frank and Margarita have not been reciprocating.
yeah. And honestly, like, both teams, like, okay, we're upset because they didn't read their clue out loud. And then we're upset because they called a cab ahead for them and not us also. Cool. Both those moves are valid. Stop pretending you're working together because you're
Well,
clearly not anymore.
I don't think that they were as upset that they didn't call ahead another cab. I think they were upset that they were trying to actively talk the taxi driver out of calling a cab for them.
Well, that's kind of fair, honestly. But still, it's a game.
I
There's
would be upset about that too,
yeah,
but it is a game. So like we talked about, they have this flag, but they don't know what the flag is for. Guidos think it's a Moroccan flag. Dave thinks it's a Turkish flag. Kevin says somebody threw a Nigerian flag. Uh, Margarita swears that she found out it's the Tunisian flag, which is the correct answer. And then Mr. Fell tells us that the ships are few and far between, but a clever team can get on a cargo ship. We don't see anybody do that, but you could.
yeah,
Um, that was before they to Tunisia. That or no, this wasn't. This was still in France. Nancy and Emily and Paul and Amy had both called cabs ahead. Only one showed up. I'm pretty sure it was probably Paul and Amy's cab, but took it.
yeah.
And Paul and Amy are pissed. Paul's the clue. He's blaming Amy for crying all the time, saying that he didn't even want to do the race. And Amy calls Paul out for wanting to quit all the time,
They're a mess. An entertaining mess, but they're a
for
mess.
sure. hmm We also see Nancy get upset because of all the viciousness between the different teams. She's just not having it.
Yeah,
Um, but then everybody gets to the port, and Bill arranges the whole trip, got a group discount, and they're all on one ship.
yeah. Crazy work, but
So now we're basically on a reset.
yeah. And Bill and Joe caught some heat for that.
They did, especially from Margarita,
We got confessionals of like three different teams back to back not liking them. Not like and then we
which we've
also like
already
that's around
known
the
that.
time that like everyone's on the ship hanging out, like eating and drinking together, and then the Guidos are once again off on their own doing their own thing. Like we're really setting this up editing wise as everyone versus them.
Which is kind of what ended up happening by the end of the season with Rob and Amber in season 7.
Yeah. Hey, the editing was better this week, by the way.
It was. I didn't physically cringe at any point
We
this
had
week.
no like multiple minutes of dead air this week.
Yeah, that drove me nuts at the beginning. All right, so once you find this random dude under a miniature version of the Arc de Triomphe, he gives you a clue, and it's detour time. Full body brew or full body massage. Do you want to explain those?
Yeah. So you have to find the Cafe Minucci inside the Medina of Tunis. Good lord. And you order two coffees to receive the next clue. Or you have to search a massage parlor marked on a map and receive a 20-minute massage. Now, do you have to drink the coffee or do you just have to order it? Is my question.
I think you just have to order it.
Because if you just have to order it, why would you choose the massage? There's no way it's going to take them 20 minutes to make a coffee that you order. If you don't have to, like, sit down and drink the whole thing. The massage is
Right. Well,
guaranteed to take
because
20 minutes.
right, but the I think the idea is that you're told where the massage is.
Okay.
You have to find the coffee place.
That was just my
It's
thought as he was explaining it was why would you choose the 20-minute one when you can just order a coffee that takes a couple minutes to make? But having to find it does add time.
yeah. I would still say full body brew because I can't stand being touched like that for a massage.
Yeah, but if we do have to drink the coffee, I'm going to the massage.
If we have to drink the coffee, I'm also going to the massage, especially
Coffee's yucky.
because
Smells
I
good,
don't
but
drink
tastes yucky.
caffeine. I agree. I agree. And I don't drink caffeine, so I couldn't do the
I do.
coffee anyway.
I drink a tiny bit of
I
caffeine.
know you do. There's caffeine in your bloodstream.
Probably.
Um, but yeah, if we don't have to drink the coffee, it's brew for me. If we do have to drink it, it's massage.
Agreed.
But I don't think you have to drink it.
No, I literally just take it and set it on the counter and leave.
Yeah. Oh, because I think one of Kevin and Drew, one of them didn't drink it, I don't think.
Of course, that's them. Yeah, that doesn't.
The other one drank it.
What?
Yeah.
But like, if you
One
told
of them
me
drank
one
it.
of pick one team that one of them didn't drink the coffee, that would be my guess. I don't have a reason for that. It just fits.
Fair. Everybody did brew except for Paul and Amy, who did massage. Um, and by the way, I noticed here, everybody got locals to lead them to the coffee place.
That's so smart.
Yes. And once you completed the challenge, whether you got the massage or got the coffee, you got a cigarette lighter that says El Gem and has a Coliseum building on it. That's the clue. You need to go 200 miles to El Gem Coliseum. You can go by taxi or train. Taxi's faster but costs more. Well, and the thing about the taxi is you hop taxis.
Yeah.
But the train drops you off straight to Elgin, and it's cheaper. Lenny and Karen and Robin Brennan both take the train.
That
Everybody
seems
else takes a
logical.
taxi.
I'd be arguing
What?
for train, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Other than the fact that if Dave and Margareta wouldn't have had their money exchange problems, then the train teams are going home.
That was in my notes too. Of they didn't realize they can't just exchange money on the street on the sidewalk,
Well,
and
no,
then they
he
went to a
said
bank to exchange money, and the bank was closed.
he said they were told that they would take English money.
Oh. I just remember a confessional of one of them saying, "We thought we could exchange money on the street," and like that's not a thing anywhere. And then they went to the
Yeah,
bank, and the bank was closed. And then I realized, oh, they're going home this week because
yeah, it was rough.
their money situation delayed them greatly, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But we don't have the name issue anymore, so
true. Once you get the 200 miles, though, it's roadblock time. The clue for the roadblock is not for anyone scared of the dark. Do you want to explain the roadblock?
yeah, so you light. This is a cool roadblock. You light a torch. You navigate through this coliseum and find the pit of death, which is a cool name. And you retrieve a sword from above that pit. Then you find your way out of the maze of tunnels and bring your sword to the pit stop, which is in the coliseum somewhere. Very cool
Yes.
roadblock.
I didn't love that the pit stop ended at the roadblock, but
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. But anyway, the
Also,
people who did the
finally, no
roadblock,
fast forward this week, by the way.
yeah, I think what it comes down to is you can only do I think it's available, but you can only do one for the whole race, and
Yeah.
so people are holding on to theirs.
Also, speaking of the fast forward, shout out to my guys Kevin and Drew because like we saw a couple episodes ago, Pat and Brenda got the fast forward and won, and then fell off and went home last week. And like we've seen a lot of these fast forward winners fall off the next week. Kevin and Drew stayed
Yeah,
near the front, so they broke the curse
yeah,
of the fast forward.
correct. So the people who did the roadblock were Bill, Emily, Drew, Frank, Amy, Rob, Lenny, and Dave. And Emily sets the wall on fire. Anyway, Guidos get done first. Their team
Someone was
won.
like dripping fire onto the ground from their torch as they were walking through the tunnels.
Yeah, I saw that.
Also, I know we're only 4 episodes in, but not a great start for Lenny on roadblocks between this and the Eiffel Tower. There's a lot of him
Yeah,
just walking around not knowing what he's doing.
yeah,
We should probably have Karen start doing roadblocks at some point. Or
yeah. I mean, she has done some
she's done
because I mean,
some, but and they each have
she
to do a certain amount. But good lord, Lenny on roadblocks feels like a liability right now.
it does. All right, so Guido's finished as team number one. Kevin and Drew two. Nancy and Emily three. By the way, Nancy, Emily's hair was sick this week,
Yeah,
and I must admit, Nancy made the comment that all those guys were surrounding her because they thought she was cute. I must admit,
yeah,
I
fair,
think so too.
fair.
Yeah. Frank and Margarita, team four. Paul and Amy, team five. Robin Brennan, team six. Lenny and Karen, team seven. Dave and Margarita come in as team number eight, and everybody was sitting there clapping for them, giving them standing ovations. It's really cool. Then we saw them get eliminated.
Yeah,
But they took it super well, and it was beautiful to see how everybody embraced them, even though they were going home, because you don't see that very often.
yeah. We've seen none of them, but the tiny bit we've seen, they seem super likable. They
Oh
seem
yeah,
fun.
and so next time on, we're gonna be in the desert. By the way,
Fun.
um, yeah. Do you have any other thoughts about this episode before we do power rankings?
Not really. This was a fun episode.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty good episode. Uh, um, all right, who you got at seven?
Number 7. Let me pull it back up. I just closed my notes out for some reason. I Lenny and Karen.
Well, I'm already starting to write a name because I'm very confident of who your number 7 is.
Were you right?
Go ahead.
I just said it.
What'd you say?
I said Lenny
What,
and
I didn't
Karen.
hear you. Yep, that's who I'm writing. I'm currently
They,
writing it.
they don't
I
communicate
also had,
super well, and like I said, he's a bit of a liability when he has to do things on his own. So,
yeah. And yeah, they keep finishing towards the back of the pack. I don't have super high hopes for them. I have them at 7 as well. Who do you have at 6?
this is, I mean, Paul and Amy, they're not finishing like terribly, but they're middle of the pack at best, and they're just so dysfunctional, it feels like. I'd be surprised if that didn't catch up to them at some point.
Yeah, I also had Polony here.
Also, Paul, stop
I
throwing
just
a quid
haven't.
every 5 seconds. We know you're not going to.
Amen. I mean, the other teams are just better at this point, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Who you got 5?
5, they had a better finish this week, but I want to see another like top level finish from them this before I like match their power ranking to this finish, and that's Nancy and Emily. They finished at 3 here.
I would agree 100%.
They finished at 3, but this is the first time we've seen them above Frank and Margarita, above Robin Brennan, and maybe we've
Yeah.
seen them above Paul and Amy or not. I don't remember, but they finished way higher than normal this week, so I don't trust it yet.
Yep. I also have them at 5th. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that they were working alongside Kevin and Drew. But if they can keep this up, that could change.
Yeah.
Who you got at 4?
4, this is Robin Brennan.
Me too.
Them and Frank and Margarita, with that alliance splitting this week, both teams suffered finish wise. And so they both kind of fell off, but Rob and Brendan finished lower, so they'll go lower on my power rankings here.
Well, I don't think that the breaking of the alliance had anything to do with Robin Brennan going down. I think Robin Brennan going down was because they made the stupid decision to go on the train.
Yeah, but I can't fault them too much for the train because I would have done the same thing.
I wouldn't have let you.
I literally said I'd argue for taking the train to the Coliseum, and you agreed with me. Like
But
minutes ago.
I agreed with you.
You said yeah if it wasn't for, and I forget what you said, but like you didn't
The
shut me
fact
down
that
immediately.
the fact I like at first I understand the idea of the train, but if it hadn't been for David and Margarita having their money trouble,
Yeah.
the two train people were going to be the last two.
But you don't know that while you're running it, though. Like, in the
I
moment, the
don't
train is the logical decision.
I don't think it is. Why would it be? You don't get there as fast.
No, but, like, so much can. Like, if you're changing taxis, stuff can go wrong there.
But I don't think they knew they were changing taxis.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's a terrible choice.
Seeing how it played out, I think it would be a
I
terrible
mean,
choice.
yeah, with hindsight, it's easy, but in the moment, when you're offered the two options, I feel like the train is a perfectly logical choice. It also
It could
lets
be
you
perfectly
off, like,
logical,
right
but
next to it.
I think I would try to push for the taxi.
And I'd probably give in, but I don't care that much. I don't feel like either answer is a terrible answer though, given the information they had.
Even though their information said it will not get you there as fast.
It
I feel like if you read
it
faster,
depends on
you'd
if
say,
you
let's
know
go
you're changing
faster.
taxis or not. If you know you're changing taxis, that would spook me. Because I'd be afraid of something going wrong.
It's not like a an airplane or a train where your connecting flight leaves with or without you, though.
Also, money comes into play.
Okay.
If you're low on money, you take the cheaper option.
But why would we be low on money?
I'm not saying we would be, I'm just saying if you are. If you spend money to go eat at a cafe for some reason, like certain teams did this season, like you might be low on money. Who knows?
Well, certain teams this season spend money to go to a cafe and then still pay for the taxi
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't.
and
They,
get
they
first
gave
place.
they gave them too much money. Is the conclusion I've come to for each leg. Because what do you mean you can afford the expensive travel option? Well, it wasn't in the same leg. In France, they went to do the cafe,
Correct.
and then here they did this. But they gave them too much money, I think.
All right, who you got at three?
Frank and Margarita, them and Rob and Brendan are pretty much the same thing to me. They just finished higher.
I think Frank and Margarita are the better team up to this point, but
Flip a coin.
I have Frank and Margarita at three as well.
Nice.
Who you have at two?
I have Kevin and Drew.
So we have the same list again.
Bill and Joe are kind of pretentious and like to this point I think the hate they got from other teams in confessionals is a little over the top, but I get it. But they're good at this game, unfortunately.
They're so good.
Like the fact that like all the other teams are like interacting together and like every episode Bill and Joe are off eating on their own. It's a bit annoying and it kind of gives off like we think we're better than everyone vibes. But like
They
they
kind of
kind of
are.
are at
They've
the
backed it
game,
up.
and that's the annoying part.
Mm.
So
Um, so we went from week two where we were totally aligned to last week where we were totally not aligned to being totally aligned again.
that's funny.
Yeah. All right. So this was a good episode.
It was.
Make sure to check out all of our Reality Realm coverage. To This week is the Survivor 50 finale, so check out Tribal Council chat for all of their stuff with that. Uh, Hopefully we'll be back soon with Roundtable Talk. Hopefully we'll be back soon with Next Generation Challenge podcast. Hopefully we'll be back soon with BB Brains.
Yeah.
Um, we are coming into that part of the year, so make sure to check us out on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you do your social media, you can find us there. Um, and buy our stuff from the Redbubble merch store. I think that Bruce does not want to be the only customer of his own merch store. So, with all of that being said, the world is waiting for you. Good luck.
Travel safe.
And go.
Go.